Y'all, MCU is just going crazy right now. There's so much news that just dropped today alone about the conversation for the MCU, like where things are headed, where we're at. And so far, it's just not looking good. And we're gonna just talk briefly about the recent news and information that's been coming out about Marvel Studios and Disney, what's happening right now, and we're just gonna go over all of that. So if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing later on in the video if you enjoy what you're seeing. We do reactions on this channel here on MVH. My name is Matthew V. Haynes, and as mentioned, we do reactions to trailers, movie reactions. We just did one to Five Nights at Freddy's, just posted last night, as well as TV shows. We'll be reacting to Invincible Season 2, and there's an Invincible Season 2 review dropping hopefully tomorrow at the time of recording of this video. So because I still have to finish the rest of the episodes for Season 2 for the review, so we'll just have to go ahead and do that. So anyways, okay, let's talk about what's been going on. Let's just switch over to my other screen real quick, and let's talk about what's going on here, man. So here we go. The good old Discussing Film made a post right here. Let's see what it says. It says Marvel has recently had talks about bringing back. Okay, let's zoom in on this. Bringing back the original cast for a new Avengers movie, which would include reviving Iron Man and Black Widow. They have not committed to the idea yet. Source from Variety. Man, this honestly has me a little concerned. I am scared a little bit, quite frankly, and I actually just made a video about this similar topic about the MCU being dead, or is it dead? I was asking the question if it was dead or not, for, you know, Tony Stark, the whole thing with Tony Stark. So go ahead and check that video out. It's linked somewhere above here if you guys are interested in watching that video. I talked a little bit about how I was feeling about the MCU right now, so I'm not going to talk too much about that whole thing now. We just want to address this thing. This is wild to me. It's just kind of scary that we're seeing a situation here where we're hearing that they were even considering bringing back some of the OG. I mean, I don't know how. I can't say I don't know how they'll do it, because I mean, obviously there's variants, there's timelines, they can explore a different thing. I don't know if that's what fans want. I don't know if I would want that. I mean, I'm personally satisfied with the way how things ended with Endgame and how things ended with Black Widow and all that. I'm personally satisfied with that. So I don't think I want to see, you know, them bring them back. I would like to see different versions of them. I'd be open to that idea. I'd be open to seeing a different version of Tony Stark, a different version of Black Widow. I mean, I would be interested in seeing how other actors would handle those characters and their variants. I would honestly be like pretty satisfied with checking that out. But yeah, so not only this though, 'cause I'm trying to speed through this as quickly as possible. But not only that, there's information about Johnathan Majors and we're gonna get to Blade as well, but information about Johnathan Majors and Doom. Obviously, you can see the title of the video has something to do with Dr. Doom. So Marvel execs have begun to reconsider focusing on Johnathan Majors, Kang, for the next saga. They are now discussing backup plans, including pivoting to Dr. Doom. Another big whammy of news. It's just like, I talked about it again in the other video, like of them, you know, what's gonna happen to Johnathan Majors as Kang? What's going to happen with that story? You know, are they going to tank him? Are they not going to? And it obviously recently, in the most recent episode of Loki, which we also did a reaction to, little plug, go ahead and check that out as well. With Timely and that whole situation, I mean, we saw how amazing Major's performance was in that episode. So I mean, personally, I'd love to see more of Kang and exploration of the He Who Remains storyline and all of that, and all the different variants of Kang. I would love to see them just continue that and expand on that. But it seems the fact that they have been considering even focusing on Dr. Doom, I wouldn't even be mad at a Dr. Doom centralized as a main villain. I mean, Dr. Doom was slapping half of the Avengers in the comic books for a long time. I mean, he's been a big problem in the comic books, not only to the Fantastic Four, of course, but, you know, just to the Avengers and other Marvel characters in general. Dr. Doom has been a menace and a force to be reckoned with. So, I mean, personally, I would be okay if they shifted things to a Dr. Doom centralized, you know, as the main villain personally, but I'd still want to see them explore Kang and explore, you know, Johnathan Majors as this character. I feel like he would be a unique fucking great villain to set up as the MCU's next big bad. Now, lastly, we are going to talk about this because there was news back to back about Blade. So Mahershala Ali was ready to exit Blade over script issues. Michael Green from Logan has been hired to write the script from scratch, with the film now being made on a budget of less than 100 million United States dollars. Okay. Blade now, drama with Blade. Oh my god. And the fact that Mahershala was almost ready to leave is also very concerning to me. That means he didn't have faith in the project. He didn't have faith in where things were heading for the story. That means the story that they had for it just wasn't good. And that would suck, because I would hate for him to leave, because I mean they were setting up everything with Kit Harington's character, with his character in the Eternals at the end with the Ebony Blade and everything. I would hate to see them not continue that, storyline with him. I mean, especially Mahershala as Blade. I mean, he's perfect. You know what I mean? Like, he has the voice, the charisma. He's no stranger to the Marvel universe in general, being, Cottonmouth in Luke Cage. He's no stranger to these types of roles. So I would love to see him handle this in the darker tones. But the fact that it's also under $100 million also concerns me a little bit, because it's like, I mean, it concerns me, but it doesn't, because it doesn't need to have a major budget to make a great film. I feel like they can do a lot with $100 million. They can do a lot. I just hope that, with $100 million, I guess the one thing I can think about is the film being more grounded, less CGI, more practical effects, more, focus, kind of akin to like the Netflix, Avengers, or the Netflix Marvel kind of world, where there was minimal CGI, mostly practical effects. And I feel like that could be cool for Blade. I mean, I feel like that could be, if it's a grounded, dark, focused kind of thing, similar to, Werewolf by Night, minus some of the CGI characters in Werewolf by Night. Despite that, I feel like it could still be pretty cool to see a more grounded, rooted approach for Blade, being the darker character that he is. So but the fact that, I mean, the fact that they got a Logan writer for this has me pretty excited too. So that's kind of where we're at. And the last thing, because I'm over the time limit that I set for myself for this video. Before I was going to record this video, let me just refresh the page and see if there's anything else that they dropped concerning Marvel. Let me go ahead and just refresh this page really quickly just to see if there was anything else, because there was one more thing that popped up, because my Twitter, like my X account, was just blowing up all day with just news about, this thing about Marvel and that thing about Marvel, and just back and forth and back and forth. So the last thing to touch base on here concerning Marvel is actually with Ant-Man and the Wasp. So when the release date for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was moved up, VFX artists were squeezed even further, with many having to work 14-hour days and no overtime. Oh my lord! Even for the edits that I do on this channel and for other channels, it can be taxing. Okay, I'll tell you that much. So imagine having to do the high quality stuff they've been doing. It's a lot of work, man. But yeah, I mean, all the news coming out about Marvel right now is very concerning. It's very scary time to be, because there's a lot of optimism and a lot of hope in general, I feel, with them scratching the original Daredevil script and going back, and Kevin Feige say, no, we need to make this more grounded. We need to make this more similar to what we got in the Netflix version of this character. Them taking a step back and doing that was great, but at the same time, the fact that there's so many changes happening right now and so many scraps going on right now, the one thing that we all loved about the MCU was the certainty. I think for me personally, what I loved about the MCU in general up until Endgame was the certainty of that they got this in control. We know what we're doing. We have a plan. We have a roadmap of where we want to take this, and we're gonna stick the landing like this. Like, we know what we're doing. We know what we're going to do. That was what I loved about the MCU and being a fan, was just knowing that everything was planned, everything was meticulously worked on, everything was, the attention to detail was focused on a very specific singular point that they were trying to make, connecting all these different characters to one singular focus and one singular goal. That's what I loved about the MCU. So the fact that we're here now, and of course the strike is also affecting a lot of the plans right now, you know, with the writer's strike just being over and then the SAG strike still going on right now, with them kind of hovering around a possible deal happening at the time of the recording of this video on November 1st. With all that stuff going on, there's a lot of uncertainty as to where we're going. So there's a lot of factors going on right now. The SAG strike, Kevin Feige not being satisfied with the writing, Mahershala Ali almost leaving because the script is trash, you know, the VFX team not getting compensated properly, having to work overtime, you know, there's so much. And then with the Marvels coming out in just a few weeks, I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on. But that's not the whole point of this video. Is not to rant. This video is just to provide some brief commentary on what's been going on with the Marvel news. So y'all let MVH know in the comments. Y'all let us know in the comments down below how you feeling about all this news. How you feeling about the MCU right now? Are you just as scared as I am? And I mean, for the meanwhile, we got Gen V, The Boys, and Invincible. So that's getting the superhero fix that I need right now. So yeah, y'all let us know in the comments down below, man. I want to hear what y'all got to say. I want to hear what thoughts y'all have. I want to respond and have a good conversation with you guys and go from there. So that's it for this video. Yeah, I'll see y'all next time, man. Clockmaster out.